I recommend if you ever have the opportunity to work for a startup or to be a part of it somehow, do it, because you will become so knowledgeable about, not just being I can't think of the word.
Tribecast, making native speakers forget their language.
So yes, if you ever get the opportunity to work at a startup, please, I highly recommend that you do, because you learn so much more about yourself and you learned how to overcome challenges that you may not, be able to experience otherwise.
All right. But there is also this threat among quite many students whom I've talked to during my work at Tribe, that if they get engaged, for example, with Tampere Es or eCampus, or if they find a part-time job, that would negatively influence their studies. Especially that's a popular threat among those students who do some very, I don't want to sound offensive, but more practical disciplines like engineering or medical students. They're like, hey, we have too much homework. So what would you say to that?
Well, as I've experienced, it is very challenging to be a student and also work at the same time. You just have to learn how to manage your time. And I was kind of forced to do that. And this skill, time management, is so useful in your life. So why not take advantage of this moment, this challenging moment, and turn it into a positive one, and take it as a moment to learn how to manage your time, because it is possible. Many people do it. It is hard, but, you can do it.
All right. So the core idea of Tampere is you can do it. Probably.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. By the way, is there a good time to start networking? If you're first year, is it any good for you if you join Tampere Es immediately?
The best time to start networking is now. Yes, to answer your question, Tampere Es, we specialize in events and networking platforms. And it is important to network. It is important to meet people, because, especially even if you're a first year, because you are expanding your network, you're meeting new people, and you never know the people that you will meet, what they can offer you. So if you put yourself out there, you'll definitely get something back. Maybe not now, but for sure in the future.
All right. Do you feel that organizations like Tampere Es or eCampus or Demolar are friendly for international students as well? Because another threat which I hear quite often is that international students say, hey, we don't speak Finnish. If I'm the only English speaking in the room, will people still talk to me?
I know that is quite a threat to international students, because I'm an international student myself. But I've never personally experienced it, but I have heard it from other organizations. But from what I've seen recently is that it's changing. These organizations are becoming more internationally, attractive in a sense, where internationals come to these meetings or events, and they know that there will be people that will speak English to you, for example, if you don't necessarily speak Finnish. But then again, I also see it from the other perspective. You're in Finland, so why not go out and get out of your comfort zone and meet Finnish people? Try to learn the language even if it's just a few bad words.
All right. That's a good example, I guess. This year, Tampere Es also decided to do one of the biggest networking events of the season. So I know that Tampere Es is the main organization in charge of Startup World Cup Finland finals this year. And I know that you're not really part of the organizing team, but you're heavily involved. That was like a huge spoiler, so please tell our listeners what you're going to do there.
Yes, so the event is called the Startup World Cup Finland, and it is coming up on March 25th. And as you said, I am not a part of the organization team, so I am still learning, the ropes about what it's about and who will be there. And I know somebody's going to win $1 million. But what my role is, I would be the host of the Startup World Cup, and it will be my first time, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you get the opportunity to come to the event, please do. It would be at Pakahuone.
And we are really trying to get someone from the organizing team of the Startup World Cup to join us at P47 next week to talk to the podcast. So hopefully we'll learn more about what this event is. So maybe if they don't answer your questions, they will answer mine. Feel free to share those.
Yes.
And of course, we hope to see all of our listeners there on the event. At least come on, people. Let's come and cheer for Kelly and her first very big hosting. I know you hosted TEDx last year.
I did. I was the host of TEDx Tampere University last February, and I'm actually hosting TEDx again this year, which will be on April 21st.
All right. So that was going to be a busy spring for you.
Absolutely. But a fun one.
True. Right, Kelly, thank you very much for having time for this interview in your intense schedule. I know that I basically got you out of a meeting.
Thanks for having me.
This was all for this week. Thank you very much for listening to us. Hopefully next Friday we'll come out with one more episode and then continue till the world's end. My name is Marina. This is Tribecast. Harry Halonen in charge of sound. Thank you very much for being with us. Have a nice weekend and stay warm and tuned.